Okay, now that we talk a lot about your job, what you do, and your passion for sustainability, I would like to go deeper with you into your personality and into how do you deal with being an entrepreneur? Because I know that this word is a bit, sometimes we don't really know what is it for young people, so I would like you to give more insight on that. Did you know about entrepreneurship before you became an entrepreneur? Did you know what was it, or you just became on your own, and how do you deal with that? You know?
I think what you're saying now, like I didn't really call myself an entrepreneur, but I am, as you say, I guess so, because running my own company, I have to do all these things, and if I design a cup, I need to know, okay, where do I find the material, who is going to make it, who is going to transport it, what does it cost, and how do I transfer the cost, or what the technical files, do I do them, or I have to does it have to be a packaging, and what packaging is that, who is making that, visiting the company, doing all the sample development, and there is always in the communication with the factories, there is always a lot of misunderstandings, especially if you don't go there yourself, you only send the file. So I would say being an entrepreneur, finding the solution. I think in one way it's a part of my personality. If there is a problem, I want to find a solution, and that is the spirit of an entrepreneur. I think definitely. I don't know if it came during my education somehow, or I might also mention that I have diabetes, and this is kind of an entrepreneurial illness that you have to manage yourself. You have to see, or in all food you eat, in your lifestyle in general, you have to plan, and you have to exercise every day. You have to calculate how much sugar is it in this, or how can I survive, how can I take my medicine and not fainting or not going into hospital. And I think maybe a part of this is that my diabetes have given me entrepreneurial skills.
So you transform your kind of disadvantage into a strength, and that's the beauty of the thing, because you are empowering yourself by just taking care of yourself and inspiring people. So
I guess so. It's when you say it like that, I'm like, oh, well, do I do that?
You do that.
Well, it's really hard sometimes, because it's difficult to have something, but everyone has something, and all the disadvantages, you say, have something good coming with it. You need to have kind of a strict lifestyle in one way.
It helps you, I think, to organize yourself and to really be also strict with yourself. And that's why maybe I guess that you also want to become more sustainable because of what you have, so you know what you don't need also. So it helps you to be even more aware of all of that.
Thank you. It's it's also with sustainability. I think it's from my upbringing on the countryside, where we had a lot of we grew our own things, like we planted things, and we were vegetarians early, and
so everything was pretty healthy, sustainable already back in the days.
And my parents are my dad was a painter, and my mom, she made pottery, so she made the cup. So I always had this creation in the background.
It's in the genes. Nice.
In one way. But it was really hard to go on and trust myself to do this, because my parents always also told me that you cannot survive as an artist. Or not only my parents, like they have been supporting me, but they also mentioned, like, if you choose that, it's going to be difficult, and the whole society says that it's hard to be a designer. It's really hard to be an artist. Like
so many competitions.
Yeah, and people don't pay.
It's not regular.
Yeah. And it is hard if you don't work on it and constantly like show yourself and talk about your work and continue to work. Like if you hesitate and you stop working, like you drop out. You have to be working constantly and setting goals as well. Setting goals is very important. If you don't have a goal to work towards, like you can very easily lose your motivation. I find that as well if I don't set the goal clear enough, or if I like something like that, it's not I'm not reaching my goals that quick. So yeah. Just sometimes step back and overview. What am I actually doing? Am I on track? Am I working towards my goal, or have I lost it?
So Sofia, would you have any advice for young entrepreneurs, young people who want to create their own life, who want to do something by themselves but they don't know how to do it? Would you have any advice also about time management, how to set your goals, how to not procrastinate? Maybe it's a lot of questions, but I don't know if you have any insight on that, because I can see that you are very organized and you are dealing with many projects.
Yeah, it is.
So I think you have some tricks, some tips for people to...
Yeah, some tips. Of course I have some tips, but keeping them, like that is also difficult for me. Like we are all humans. I think that if you are a person that train, you should try to keep this up. If you are a person that don't need to train so much, or don't need to be have physical activity, no need. But I would suggest that some kind of physical activity is good, daily. Like I would say, like the Swedish government recommend 30 minutes every day.
Oh, that's nice to...
Yeah, well, I don't know if
to
it's
recommend
the Swedish government, but it's like that's what I have somehow picked up from Sweden. That it's good to do 30 minutes exercise every day at least. And I find because as an artist or designer, it's very... I have this personality trait that I go into something really deeply and I'm all into this, and I don't want to take a break. I don't want to do anything. I'm in my flow. I want to focus on this only. And somehow, sometimes it comes to, if I do this and I don't take a break, I come to one point where I'm overwhelmed and I just can't do anything more because I've been so much into it. And it might be that I fail on some part of it, or I encounter a problem and it's just like, oh no, I can't do anything more. So what I find is that if I take breaks regularly and I do physical activity and I eat well, now I have diabetes, so I need to constantly think about this, but it's also for people, like I would recommend that for everyone because it really helps. It helps to stay focused and to manage procrastination that you mentioned. This, of course, I do as well, but somehow don't do it.
Try to not do it.
Yeah, it's you can't be too hard on yourself. If you're too hard on yourself, if you constantly think that, oh no, I do this, and the negativity that the pressure you put on yourself, it's kind of the same pressure as with the body pressure. Oh no, my ass is too big, or like, oh, my feet is like this. That pressure, like if you procrastinate and you think, oh no, now I procrastinated again, and oh no, I did this, I was so stupid. But just if you do it, just let go and focus on your goal. Like you have set the goal already, and if you haven't, set your goal,
now,
and then work towards it. It can be good not to, if you have a big goal, break it down into small goals and reach it step by step. And something that is very, very important is to plan your alone time or your time with where you do something that you like.
For yourself.
Yeah, for yourself. If you try, it will help it will help you reach the goal. It will help you balance. That's the best
Find
word.
a balance between your private life, your work life,
Yeah.
and just set your goals and work towards them.
Yeah. When you say private life, this I feel is something. It's really difficult with when you do your passion.
Yes.
Because somehow I am my art.
So how do you find this balance
between
your private life and your work life, which is kind of melted together, right?
Yeah.
So
the balance is just focus on the breaks and to look at the outside world and not inside your brain. Just meet up with friends and family and have conversations if you are that person. Like, you might not be the same person as I am, like introvert or extrovert, doesn't matter. You have to find your own way of what do you like, when are you relaxed.
another question.
Yes.
When everything seems hopeless,
Yes.
what do you think about? Because as an entrepreneur, we know that we have very, very low moments as very, very high moments.
Yeah.
Right. So at the lowest point, when you feel that everything is falling down, what do you think about? What makes you smile again?
I go and do some physical work, like I exercise, I move.
Okay.
Moving with my body take me out of my brain. And this is so important. And in that moment where you have your really low moment, it's the hardest one to get out of. But then I know that there is not a single time that I regret myself from going exercise. As you say, if we are alone, we are doing this by ourselves. Like who can pull you out? And you cannot put this pressure on a partner or a family member or a friend always, unless they really, really are eager to help you and they know.
That they really care, but you are your own boss at the end of the day.
Yes.
So the only person that will push yourself is you.
I think eat well as well. Some people might not. That might be the problem for some people, that they don't eat well. And when I say eat well, I'm not saying you should only eat vegetables. I'm saying eat something that make you feel comfortable.
You mentioned that you were working with your mom, and also I saw on your Instagram that you are doing cups.
Oh,
pottery.
I wish I could do this so much more. Yeah.
How is it to work with a family member?
Oh, it's fantastic.
It's fantastic.
Yes, it's so. But like my mom is fantastic. She's. But I think if I would do a business with her, like she's when you come home to your parents and they are so like taking care of you and like do anything for you, and this is when it comes to housekeeping, this is in the first few days they do everything, and then like, Sofia, you need to do the washing up, you need to clean, you need to do that. But then now when we work together with some pottery, she has some knowledge that I don't have. As I am a multidisciplinary designer, I know how to use some pottery stuff, but I don't know how to spin the
thing,
turning thing.
Make it,
I think
basically. Okay.
I would make the other things, and I can have workshops in making the different technique where you don't need the spinning wheel. But when it comes to the spinning wheel, my mother, she's the perfect. She knows this. So doing a collaboration with her, and I can ask questions, and she understands me a lot because she's my mom, and we go well together. Thank you very, very much, Sofia, for
this genuine conversation. I love to discover about you, about how you became an entrepreneur, how you handle all of this, and how you impact people. I think that's really inspiring to have people like you.
No, well, thank you for approaching me and to coming to visit me and talk to me. I'm happy to talk to you and to to tell you what I do. And if I can inspire, like you say, and motivate people, this is why I do design also. One reason. To change something in the world, and it sounds so big, but it's like I would like to do that.
It's by doing small steps that you will reach more and more people. So keep going, keep being creative, keep being multidisciplinary.
Thank you for telling me. A lot of people, they say like you should go into one part and only do ceramic or only do this, and no. Multidisciplinary I think is good if you think about that as well, and keep on doing your work.
Thank you very much, Sofia. It was a great pleasure to have you on my talk show. And see you next time.
Yes, see you soon. We are in Saigon, both of us.
Yes. So I will link all your work and everything to share it to public. And I don't know if you have a last word to spread. Feel free.
Yeah. Well, remember what I said. No procrastination. No.
Exercise.
Eat well. No. Yeah. I think. You pick up what you feel like is hitting you and is what is motivating for you, and keep up your good work and don't be afraid of throwing yourself out there and do mistakes. It's good. You learn.
Yes, totally. Thank you, Sofia.
Thank you.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
See you in the next episode. Bye bye. Thank you for watching.